Yeah, mine's level 69 as well.
Mine was for a brief time, but my OCD kicked in and I couldn't keep him there.
All right. Let's see. Make sure all the mics are working. There we go. What's up, everybody? How we doing?
Yeah, check. We don't see you though. Are we supposed to see you or no?
Magic powers.
Okay, just checking.
Behind the curtain.
Magic powers, baby. All right. YouTube was messing up, so I had to keep restarting this bitch.
Okay.
All right.
Well, just slap YouTube and like stomp on it a couple times. It should get it to work. You know.
Works with Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a lot of technical difficulties. All right. All right. Let's get started here. All right. So gotta welcome back Stan and Swamp. We ain't seen them in a while. Enigma's in the background. You can't see his picture. You won't buy a camera. So
I don't know. I'm not even at home yet, so you gotta wait till I'm actually able to do this from home.
We're 8 episodes in, still ain't bought a fucking camera, but he can wail and swigga.
Yeah.
So I fixed the camera so when he goes offline, it don't mess him up. All right. All right. So, Swamp, what you been up to, man? I ain't seen you. I've been watching your streams a little bit, but what you been up to, though?
I don't know. Lots of new stuff. Starting a new hobby of collecting cards. So I'm like obsessed with ripping packs and stuff. but yeah, in the game, like kind of just wrapping up a few things, moving on to new projects and stuff. So I'm kind of in one of those in between stages of like building up stuff that's not part of a like specific farm, bringing up grape mothers and junk like that. So it's been awesome.
Nice.
Those times are always good. It feels like less of a grind. You're like kind of just enjoying yourself for a minute.
What about you, Stan? How you been? What's been new with you?
And work, to be honest with you, working a lot. I worked 10-hour days so far this week. 12 hours on Monday, 10 hours yesterday, 10 hours today. Just it'll slow down a little bit here because tax season. I mean, most people needed their forms by the end of today. So if I didn't get them out, and unfortunately, if some of them were being mailed, they're not going to make it. They have to file for an extension. So it is what it is here, you know. So work, Fallout 76. Been kind of taking it easy on this game, especially PvP wise. Moved to a new guild, which has been pretty freaking awesome. Yeah.
What's the guild name?
The Collective Red Key Raiders.
Is it called Quitters?
He joined my guild.
Just.
No. We're the Spitters of SWGOH. We don't. Okay. That was terrible. Anyways.
Okay. Not bad. I've been seeing you've been playing Fallout. Every time I see you on Discord, it says Fallout. So, all right, not too shabby. I used to play it when they had one when it was based off of West Virginia. That's when I played it. It's been a couple.
Yeah, it's Fallout 76.
Yeah, that's when I played that one. Came out. So.
Oh, when it first came out, it was bad. It was very bad.
Yeah, it was bad. I only bought it because it was based off of West Virginia.
It's like 12 years old now or something like that. So it's come a long way. But
okay.
Yeah, it's good. It's a fun game.
Enigma, what you been up to?
The usual. Just, getting things done. I worked a little. I've got some of the stuff done at the house, starting to see the floor in the garage because they getting renovations done, so I can start moving things where it needs to go. So the garage is getting cleared out some. Kind of nice. Eventually, it'll be you'll be able to see the floor everywhere in there, but hopefully, plan. So working on that. Bought my girls their first car, so they have their own car now because they're
Nice.
getting their licenses. So now I got to buy a new house with a basement.
Oh, you're gonna be standing in the street. I'm gonna do donuts around.
I don't know if you heard her or not. She said she's gonna make me stand in the street so she can do donuts around me.
Nice.
You're next. Wow. Sad. She said I'm next.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Just playing the usual. Although I have not as much because there isn't a whole lot to do in game per se until Conquest started. But, yep, about it.
Okay. No.
What about you, Trev? I noticed you jumping ship and all. Where'd you go now? Where you at now?
Your mom's, you know what I'm saying? Um,
Got him.
nobody worry about what I do, okay, son? Now I've been pretty busy actually. Working takes a lot of my energy. Just working. Like I see 6 doctors a month. Hard to do. So a lot of doctor's appointments. We just got back from vacation. Took a vacation from April 2nd until 6th or 7th. We went to Pigeon Forge in Tennessee. So that was fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, we spent a lot of money. It was expensive. We had a lot of fun. What else? So we went to the kidney doctor yesterday. I posted in Discord, but I'll give everybody a little information here. So my kidneys was bleeding protein.
Exactly. Sorry.
Normal kidneys won't bleed protein, like you guys is normal. So mine was, but she came back yesterday and said it healed itself and I'm not bleeding protein anymore. What that means is the protein in your body is not leaking out. So anytime you eat food or anything that has protein in it, it's not leaking out. So mine was. I guess the medicine I've been on like last March, not like this past March, but like a year ago. I was
Cause
diagnosed.
like an ulcer or something.
I remember I was diagnosed with diabetes and was out for a while. That's what happened. It shut my kidneys down and I shut my kidneys down and my eyes down a little bit. So for a year we've been on this medicine and now my kidneys are healed and I'm actually going back to normal stuff. Like I'll go out to eat more now or I'll drink regular pop occasionally.
Occasionally.
Eat sweets occasionally, stuff like that. So yeah, so life's getting back to normal.
Nice.
That's good.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good news. The doctor was more happier than I was because it's like I didn't know what she was like. She was using a lot of medical terms and stuff like that. But yeah, it just looks like it healed itself and we're back to normal.
She was speaking Chinese to you, huh?
Yeah, basically. So,
It's always
but yeah, back to normal. Just living normal life and playing Star Wars and try to be competitive as I can be without breaking the bank.
there you go.
Other than that, we're in pretty good. That's all I have about me. But yeah.
Congrats on getting better.
Yeah.
Good news.
it's great news. It's a big journey. Well, I'm still young. Like, so when I got diagnosed when I was last March, like a year ago, so I was 35. I'm 36 now, so I'll be 37 this year. I guess I was 30. No, it's been a year. So I was 35. Um, so when you get diagnosed like that, it's really scary. I ain't gonna lie. It's really scary. Like you don't know what's gonna happen because nobody it just it blows your mind. So I had to change a lot. My lifestyle. What's up, Great Ports? Great Ports says I've had a shot for my diabetes, so I know how it could be. Yeah. So right now, I don't have to take any shots for my diabetes. I don't have to take anything. I haven't took anything for 6 or 7 months because my sugar's been so well. It's basically so when I had my sugar problems, I was like a 10.2 sugar test they ran. It was really high. Now I'm like a 5.2, so I really don't have to check it as much. But yeah. I've lost about 70 pounds as well, Grape. So I'm like all my clothes are baggy on me and everything else. So it's been
Nice.
so yeah, they gave me that shot. I still take that shot once a week. That's the only shot I take. It makes me lose weight and my controls my hunger. That's enough of me. But yeah, I just wanted to share that news. I thought it was huge news because she was like coming in here super smiling and she's like, "You want to come see me about 4 or 5 months now." So I was like, "That's great news." Pretty happy about that. Other than that, we'll get into some Star Wars unless somebody has something else they want to add about their story life or anything like that.
No.
No, not really. Nope.
Okay. All right. So I had to dive deep to put some notes in here because there's not a lot going on right now. Um, Not really. So we had to dive deep into the last episode we did and go from there. Okay. So
Yeah, you did an awesome job, Trevor. There's lots of good stuff here. Like when I was looking around for other things to add, I could not find a single thing. So
now I just I just copy and pasted what from my Discord what we had for news on best case. So
Gotcha.
nothing crazy. I did it like 30 minutes before it.
Hmm.
So how did everyone's GAC? If I can fucking spell, y'all could have said something here. Everyone's GAC.
Yeah.
You know what you meant?
Everyone's Hey, I mean, I only got one eye. I mean, typing over here. How did everyone's GAC season go? Let me know, and let's go over that real quick, and your overall record as well.
Go ahead, Stan or Enigma. Yes, I'm just
It's
pulling
gonna
mine
take me a second. I gotta finish a battle I'm in so I can go look at .gg to get the info.
So I went 4 and 5. The second week, I actually was kind of done with Grand Arena. I just threw everything on defense and was like, I'm going to take my one battle and call it a day. And I kind of played around a little bit more than I thought I was going to. And then but I lost that first one. And then the second one, I did like 2 solos just to hang out, and then I did another solo that failed, and I was like, meh, cool. You know, I was like, 128 or whatever. That's a good score. And then my opponent didn't show up, so I won that one. So I couldn't even lose that one on purpose. And then in the third one, I was like, you know, my opponent struggled real hard against my front wall, so I really just needed to take one zone. So I did that and took the win. And then the third week I went 0 and 3, and I actually tried. So it was pretty rough, but yeah, not too bad. So this is me personally, right? I feel like I unlocked Satil and I attempted to shoehorn her into the game plan, and I use both Bastila lead and Jedi Knight Revan lead in my normal planning. So it really wrecks two teams. And I didn't feel like now, and I didn't invest much into her, right? I didn't put any Omicrons in her. She's Relic 7, whatever. Um, I got back what I put into it, I'm sure, but it wrecked two teams that I actually use to have a team that I was just going to leave on defense, not very well kitted out, anyways. So um, I'm glad that they rolled it back and gave me those materials back. I didn't. I actually regretted putting all the Relic 7 on her because I would have just left her at Gear 1 if I knew I was going to dislike having her on my roster that much. There's a lot of problems like that in my roster. I think just playing longer and longer, I unlock Jedi Master Kenobi and I don't actually want him. So there's a lot of little things like that. But yeah, so trying to overextend myself made me feel like overwhelmed a little bit, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm done with this Grand Arena stuff." And I took a week off, one more than I did when I was actually trying. So,
Okay.
Funny how that goes, eh?
right?
All right.
Next.
So I went 7-2 last Grand Arena season, and was not the biggest fish in the pond, contrary to popular belief. My last opponent had a little over 1 million more GP to me, something like that. That was fun. What the heck is thing keeps beeping at me?
Not
Beeping.
bad. That's a really good season still. 7-2.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I had no problem with it. All time, I'm at 55% win all time, which is 7 seasons is all it goes back, I guess. Not bad, 55% win ratio. Still in Kyber 1. I like Satil, so she's back to where she was beforehand. She nukes the stranger team pretty simple and easy with Maul and everything. Like nukes them. I like that.
Was
That's
that
great.
was that like the Old Republic team, or like were you
Yeah.
doing that with
No, it's
Ray and stuff?
Old Republic team. I use her where she belonged with the Old Republic team as the leader. She goes out. She just like nukes them. People have problems with the Stranger and Maul. Like I'm going up with Maul R10, Stranger R10. Like these people are a-holes and just R10ing their whole roster. And she just nukes them, and she's only R9. Had no problem nuking the whole team.
Nice.
It was pretty good. Pretty good stuff. She does great if you use her where she's meant to be used. So I don't have a problem with them taking away the Ray stuff because that was kind of hearted anyway. Ray already has plenty of toys to play with.
Yeah,
She
it's
doesn't
one of
need any
those
more.
things that seem. Well, I guess we can go into that more later because that's one of our topics. I was gonna expand on that for a second, but no,
Right?
you go.
Yeah, we'll wait to go over that a little bit later. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's about it.
Okay. Swamp, you're up. I'll do mine last.
All right. Yeah. So for me, another 5-4 week. Seems like that's a trend for me. It's like quite a few weeks back until that trend even changes, or months, I should say. But yeah, 5-4 again. Unfortunately, though, I definitely could have won at least one of those matches, maybe more, just because I was kind of busy with my daily stuff, like just doing stuff on the weekend and like up for Sunday's match. And I was trying to like, I don't know, put it off towards the end and try to get a sneaky win, and then got busy at work and then it didn't happen and I ended up no showing. So it's rough. I should stop doing that. So many surrendered whatever losses. But yeah, it's yeah, pretty average. Actually, I don't know. I guess this was a nice 3v3 season for me. I don't remember like maybe like one of those matches I got mad, so that's pretty good for 3v3.
So you said you went 5-4?
Yeah, 5-4.
Yeah, that's a 500 win. That's good. That's really good.
Mhm.
If you go, my thing is if you go 6-3, 5-4, or 4-5, the way they have a system set up with its 9 matches, so those are 500 wins. So 0.500.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really good season. I was almost like Stan, so I went 1-2. Stan messaged me that one Monday, and I'm done. Grand Arena. I said okay, and then I was about the same boat because I was 1-2. New season, new meta. Then I went on vacation. So this is what happened when I went on vacation. I do better when I'm not streaming Grand Arena. Like I'm really good when I'm not streaming Grand Arena. Like I spanked these fools. Like I had record high scores on offense. I don't know. I that's when the Satil came out, so I took Stranger off defense, moves him to the offense, and that just opened the world. Basically, opened up, and like I was starting to whoop people. So, but yeah, I went 1-2, then 2-1, then 2-1. We finished 5-4. So a good season for us. But yeah, when Satil came out, I took Stranger off D and put him on offense, and things just started opening up for me a lot. 'Cause I was in the same boat. I was 1-3. I was like, what the hell? I was like, what is going on? So, but yeah, we turned our season around, and yeah, I was getting a little angry there, 1-3. I was like, oof. But there's a new usually the first week of Great Arena, new season, new data crons. You have no data to see what's working, what's not. Kind of scary because you don't know what's going to happen, and you don't know what's going to hold either. So, but yeah, we turned our season around. Yeah, pretty happy about it. Faced a lot of big people, 15 mil, 16 mil people. So pretty happy about it. So turned our season around.
Oh yeah, I was
go-
gonna say to Enigma, 1,000,000 differential is like super small, by the way.
Yeah, but when you're up in like the 15, 16, 17, there's not a whole lot higher to get yet.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I was just because you made it sound like it was a really big thing. I was like, my alt
I'm
is
just saying,
like.
I'm not the biggest fish in the pond. I mean,
It's
everyone
true.
thinks
It's
I'm always the biggest fish. I'm just not the biggest fish, though.
That's fair. That's fair.
All I'm
My
saying.
last opponent
That's
had
fair.
3 million more GP than me, and I'm at 14, right? He had like three almost 3.5 million more GP than me,
Crazy.
and the very bottom of his roster was Relegate.
Yep,
He
that's
had
pretty much every opponent I got.
That's a
he
tough
had
day.
34 Relictons compared to my 4, and I was like, dang. What did I do to deserve this?
Let me tell you.
You're that good.
And who the hell beat him? Right? We were in the losers bracket. He lost twice in a row. What the hell was beating this guy?
He must suck. No, I'm just joking.
Well,
He was
I-
on vacation too. That's what happened. See, he went on
I
vacation
suck
and then he
more.
ended up having to
So
get.
he whooped me. He whooped me. He got a full clear, and I did 3 battles and was like, no, ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, it's a rough day. All right. So let's get down to some news. Okay. So you guys kind of talked about this a little bit. The teal basically got nerfed. So the biggest thing is, will she still be good? And did you apply the materials back on her? After looking, I'm still going to apply the materials back. just because I didn't have her in 3v3. Well, I had her, but as you guys know, I locked GL Hondo, so I couldn't. It was expensive. I just didn't have the
Yeah,
materials to
it's
use her.
only so much reservices.
Yeah, I'm not Enigma. So I had to bite my tongue and couldn't do anything until. But if she can take out Stranger, take out some other things. I know. So way I took it was people did set her with Ray, but I don't think it was game breaking changing. Like I faced it our last Grand Arena, it was pretty easy. It made it a little bit harder because she was taunting all the time. I quit. I killed it with a Queen Amidala team.
Yeah, I feel like Queen Amidala is a pretty big counter, but yeah, that
They said,
yeah, it doesn't sound like it was like breaking the game compared like they were
well, there's
implying that it was. Yeah.
because they said Ray, Ben, and Satil. Like she taunted a lot. Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't like if I would have died, I could have cleaned it up with something. But I didn't feel like in danger or anything like what they was saying. Unless I'm missing something why they nerfed it.
Yeah, I don't know if there was like some. Well, I guess because they said Ray, Ben, and Satil, so it must have been that team. I don't know what the broken interaction was per se.
Yeah, but I think it was correct me if I'm wrong. The turn meter. He's stopping people to do the turn meter. So, but
Somebody said something about the bonus protection that Ray gives, because Ray, when she gives the lifeblood, will take a portion of her health and give that as bonus protection, and then that bonus protection was counting as damage towards the protection based damage that Satil was doing. Again, this is all hearsay. I don't actually know. I didn't use it and I didn't face it, so I don't really know. But that's what I heard.
Okay.
Yeah, that would make sense as far as like something being broken, like the whatever lifeblood going the wrong way as far as the kit.
So, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
applying.
and if it was
Go ahead.
doing that, I can see people complaining because then she'd be just nuking everybody in the game. Because she already nukes people with that if she's in the right team. So if you put her with Ray and she's giving her even more protection, and she's doing like 2 million damage, you ain't gonna do nothing.
So did everybody apply theirs back, or are you just gonna wait? I know I heard some stance that
Oh yeah, no. She's back to R9. Everything's reapplied. Like nothing changed. Because I didn't use her with anyone other than Old Republic anyway, or whatever. So
okay.
For me, I won't be unlocking Satil for quite some time.
Okay.
come on, Swamp, catch up, man. You could do it. You
I
can
put
do
those
it.
materials towards Mall
Nah,
Hate.
that's not important for me.
What'd you say, Stan?
I put those materials towards the Mall Hate Field requirements.
Okay.
I'd rather get them going than have another Jedi on my roster. Ew.
But she nukes small hate fueled. Come on now. She takes him around back and spanks him like a little kid misbehaving in the store.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds hot, but still not for me.
Yeah, but you know what? Bane does the same to like 90% of the game. That doesn't mean all those other teams are bad per se. Just means somebody has their number. That's all.
Right?
Yeah, except for Queen Amidala, she's bad. That's a bad team.
What? She kills most GLs, bro.
Well, she struggled this season.
Oh, okay. But I just mean like in general, power wise, I would say she's stronger than like whatever most non GL teams.
Yeah, she's there, but without that Good Kron says she struggled a lot. I struggled a lot with her.
I did not. She was killing everything. Jabba, LV, Ray, whatever.
Uh,
It was sweet.
I wish they would just make that Wampa crown permanent, so Wampa can actually be like Wampa of old days of old, you know, before everything changed. Wampa
wish
used to
they
be a
would-
beast. Back in the day.
I
Be
wish they
nice.
would get rid of that thing. I feel the exact opposite.
Why? Makes Wampa usable again. Like she
Well,
stopped
'cause
being usable.
Yeah, but not for me. I use it every GAC without Datacron.
And not where I'm at.
Yeah,
You,
I
you
know.
don't get to. You don't
Yeah, for
purchase
like
a
the
focus
people at
card.
the top of the game, that might be the case, but I think for most people, it's just annoying when you're trying to look up counters and it shows up on every single team, like because of the Datacron.
Mm-hmm.
So, unless of course you go into GAC Insight and then you put no Datacron for the attacker, and then all of a sudden you see it disappears, and you're like, okay, never mind. But yeah, I would prefer if it was just gone forever. Especially because it's already been around how many times? Like, definitely more
This is
than
the second
any
time
other
it's
Datacron. No,
This
at
is the
least
second time?
at least 5 times. At
No
least.
way. I want to say this is like the second time that Kron's come around for Wampa.
This is the second time in a row it's been on a set. First of all. Like, it was on a focus Datacron that just expired when this one started.
Yeah. I think it's been on 2 focused crons. I think we had it as a level 9 on at least one other set. I don't know how if there's more than that.
Multiple other sets for sure.
Yeah, he's right. We had it at FTCs.
It's like, yeah, I don't like it.
Best.
I don't use GG
You'll
or
want it.
Insight.
When you get up to Saber 1, you're gonna want that because you won't be able to use Wampa anymore.
Yeah, but like, do you need it? Like, there's so many teams at your disposal, right?
Even
when you get
with
to
it,
Kyber 1, it's efficiency, so you're gonna want to be able to underman as many teams as possible. Like you think you're shit hot and you dropped one banner and all of a sudden you lost because the other guy dropped 0. And undermanned, like one man your entire defense. Like it's ridiculous. It's annoying.
yeah, Cyber 1 sucks balls. I'm so glad I'm out of there.
All right, so let's move on to our next question. So Relic Delta was enabled in Conquest, but the data disk was intended to be included alongside it is missing. We'll be adding a feat to earn, which we'll be going after. So I want to know everybody's thoughts on Relic Delta and Conquest. I would really want to know what Swamp's answer is to this because he's the smallest out of all 4 of us. So like, are you feeling any different? And because it's basically enabled in Conquest.
I don't know. I thought it was always enabled in Conquest, but I didn't. Like the Relic Delta you're talking?
Yeah, so they just enabled it. I
Huh.
believe here I got one here in the background.
Yeah, I kind of thought it was before, but maybe it was just like the actual raw stats of the characters that made things easier. Like the actual whatever Relic 9 to 10 differential or 7 to 8 or whatever. But yeah, really I don't play enough Conquest to
See a difference?
like notice a difference. Yeah, because really I'm very casual with my Conquest experience, so most of what I'm doing is slapping a random team on auto and going for the Datacron farming nodes basically.
Yeah. Sector 1's Relic 4, 2.
Okay.
Want to see thoughts on that? Anybody else so far?
I haven't noticed the Relic Delta hindering or helping. I mean, you have Sector 4, Night Sisters, the middle of the sector mid boss. That requires Jawas. Mine being all R8. If they were R5, you would think that the Jawas would be able to beat that, but it does absolutely nothing and they lose. I don't see it helping any, at least on that end.
Yeah, that does seem like such a weird thing that they would choose those teams, like a team that's, you know,
Yeah.
very very I don't know, extremely high survivability and high kit or crazy kits that can just delete anything, and then yeah, try to beat this with like whatever, like a
Right.
OG novelty team. Like I don't know.
They're like, yes, use this team. And Relic Delta should help you. Oh wait, never mind. We just joking. It's not gonna help you do shit.
Well, one thing I could say is I do know Jawas can be super effective for all kinds of stuff, but it seems like Great Mothers is like the least likely thing for them to be able to, or one of the
Yeah, I wouldn't
least.
expect them to be able to beat them, so it's kind of weird that they want them.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because yeah, I remember they did like a speed GAC tournament where it was like devs versus content creators, and they made a big production out of it and stuff, and it was really entertaining to watch. But that was one of the takeaways from it, is that like every person in this tournament had a sort of a tester account where everything was R9, which was new at the time. Like R9 was pretty new, and every single round people were using Jawas either on offense or defense. So that was kind of interesting.
Yeah. Well, they're banner snipers for sure. If they get
Hmm.
them to blow up something,
Yeah, and I think
take
at
away
the
from
time, like
that
Mon Mothma
team.
was somewhat new, so there was like not a ton of counters to that, and Jawas just delete teams like that for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not great banners, but it does work.
So Grayport is saying in chat, so JML, right, most people that have JML or R9 usually, he's saying with the Relic Delta, he barely took any damage. Sector 5 with Watt.
Nice.
So basically the
Mm.
cheeses are back. The Relic Delta Conquest,
The JML cheese is back live.
I guess.
Nice. JML Chief to the rescue. For those that need it, anyway.
Okay. What's about Stan? What about you? Have you been doing any Conquest to test that out? With the Relic
Yeah.
Delta?
So I just finished Sector 3. So everything's Relic 5. My complaint about Relic Delta has always been the same, that the original numbers that they put out were closer to what I would have preferred. I think that this neutered version of Relic Delta isn't going to make much of a difference either way. So I haven't noticed it, to be perfectly honest with you. It doesn't change my strategy moving into any of the battles or getting any of the feats done. Not that I'm going crazy getting feats done. Cobb Vanth isn't really the most exciting character that they could have put in it for me. So I'm not like, oh, I need to red crate here. I'm probably going to get to the end of Sector 4. Maybe I'll farm some crons. And then, because this is a pretty cool set. I do like the Inquisitors. So um, I'll probably farm a couple data crons, but otherwise, I'm not going to kill myself to get to red crate. And really, the only reason I did any buy-ins was for the energy deck for the guild, and the Conquest energy counts. So yeah, no difference to me either way. And since it's going to be capped at the Relic 5, I doubt I'll notice anything moving forward either.
Okay. For me, I've noticed a little bit of difference. When I was doing Sector 1, I noticed a big difference. Um, just because the teams I was using were like I was killing everybody in one shot. Um, I did notice a little bit of difference. Um, like everything's R4 in this sector 1. So I was noticing like some of my characters were R7, R8, R9 characters. I was noticing a big difference. It seemed easier if if you've done the investing, a little easier. Other than that, that's basically what like if you invested, yeah, I'll see the difference. But if you're like in a lower conquest and you don't have the investment yet, if you invested in these characters already, I feel like conquest is a little easier for you.
Yeah, and I was thinking about what Stan was just saying, like with them being capped out at Relic 5. I feel like even without um, Relic Delta, that would make it easier, right? Like compared to Relic 7.
You would think so.
Because I know for a lot of people, when they like first get to hard mode, they don't have a lot of Relic 7 characters and they struggle in that regard, but they surely have more Relic 5 characters.
Yeah, it should be about
Hey,
equal.
you would think it would help, but this is CG we're talking about, so they're probably like Relic 5, but then level 105.
Yeah, they probably have some stat sliders going on in there as
They also
usual.
all have overprepared 97, so the enemy team goes 11 times before you load in.
Right?
So,
Relic 5 my butt.
yeah.
All right, let's go to our next one here. Then we'll go over the Cobb Vanth kit as well. Cassian Journey God had different requirements at tier 1 compared to what we communicated months ago. Because of this, we sending the materials you need in your inbox should be enough to take D-Drift from level 40 to 45. Everybody should have got that by now. I did get it. I didn't stick it on D-Drift.
Is that what that was for?
Yeah.
Yeah, what did they originally say? Like it needed level 40? Is that what they're saying?
Well, the materials were off. Like
Oh, okay. The amounts of
yeah.
whatever. Okay, gotcha.
So nothing game changing there unless you guys want to add a comment there. I don't really see anything too.
There was I just wanted to mention there was also another compensation, and that was just because they reviewed how quickly free-to-play players were progressing, and they said it wasn't what they expected. People were a little more stuck than they thought, so they gave a little bump of resources as well.
So, oh yeah, that's down here. So Coliseum
Oh,
changes.
is it?
Okay, yeah, I should have paired them together.
Oh, okay.
After
Okay.
reviewing recent Coliseum data, we noticed that the pace of progression for free-to-play players wasn't where it wanted to be. To address this, we were making some adjustments to difficult level to things easier. Our team will be conducting balance testing throughout the first half of the week, and we expect to release these changes soon after. That's right.
Yeah.
So have you guys noticed, people that play Coliseum, have we noticed it easier for everybody? Like ever since they made these changes, like I bumped way up and got on everything.
I did. I kind of like just reached a point where I was stuck again because I don't really want to go. Like I'm kind of still using ISB, even though I unlocked Cassian. I just didn't have enough the credit stuff to bring him to a proper level, so I'm still using ISB. So I don't really want to put more in them until I, get my Cassian up where he should be, and then I'll probably advance at that point, I imagine.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Dan or Enigma, anything to add on those two, basically?
Well, I mean, I think it's about the same. Like, I noticed it's a little easier, it seems like, for some stuff. Like, other stuff is just still, like, stupid. Like, don't care to mess with it.
Okay. And
Yeah,
Stan?
I really can't tell if it changed. I don't feel like once I got the commander, Deidre, and Cassian to level 59, which is where I'm capped because I don't have the level 60 stuff. I think you got to pay for it if you were going to get it this early. But they're capped at level 59 on the tier 6. Those are the 3 I bring, and then we get the 2 other ISBs for free. And so I'm hitting, depending on which boss it is, I'm hitting in the 30% zone. And I haven't noticed a difference, but maybe it is easier, and I just because I repeat it and I get the same percentage, I'm like, okay, cool.
Also, too, like, what's it called? They might have like changed it more on the lower tiers than the higher tiers, like kind of whatever cascading, just because of the fact that they were sort of aiming at the free to play experience. You know what I mean?
That makes sense. True.
Or
Yeah,
at least
yeah.
I
Those
can see
materials.
that where it's like a smaller impact on the higher tiers and a bigger impact on the smaller lower tiers or whatever.
Yeah, that makes sense because those materials that they gave us didn't help me at all. I mean, obviously, everybody's already over level 50, but
yeah, because that was all for like the first or second set of those materials, I believe.
So it didn't help me at all. So that it makes sense to help the free to play if they're struggling, and because I think even the people who pay to play, right? I only get the season pass, right? The episode pass. And I think most people don't actually like Coliseum. It's kind of like a chore.
It sure is. I got to bounce, guys. I got
All right,
class starting
man.
in 2 minutes.
See you,
Have a
man.
good night.
Right on. Have fun.
Always. Catch the rest of the episode later. Bye.
Sounds good. All right.
Cameron's.
Yeah, I
Thankfully,
don't
he's
know.
gone. Oh my gosh.
Start talking shit.
But yeah, I feel like there's a heavy portion of this game that feels like a chore at the moment, personally.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not. I don't know. I don't know if it's necessarily their fault because I feel like they've like engineered good game modes. We just got like, good at them really quick to the point where it becomes stagnant quick. Or at least that's how it feels to me anyways. Like especially Rise of the Empire, I remember when that came out, I felt very excited because it felt like less of a chore compared to the Geonosis, Lightside Geonosis.
Yeah.
And now I'm back at the exact same spot. I feel like it's a chore. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean ROT's getting a little stale. I think if they would add a character to it, like Reva or something, spice it up a little bit.
Yeah, I could see that. Give us something to
Chase.
Whatever, figure out the strategy for, a puzzle to solve, and character to chase.
Yeah, character to chase. It would get people a little bit more excited about ROTE again. It's getting a little stale. It's been out for how long? A couple years now. Yeah.
I mean, we say that, but it's it's there's nobody that's beating it.
Yeah.
Right. There's nobody that's hitting the max stars yet.
Yeah.
They would have to.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's like if somebody wanted to, they have to commit an extra like hour a day into it. You know what I mean? Like it's. I don't know. I don't know if it's exciting to people to like chase that or try to chase that or whatever the case.
Well, I think if they would do it, I got it like on my background right now. I got TB up. They would have to put it in these middle planets, not too far up, so people could like get to it. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like this planet Defo or a character right there. Most people can get.
Yeah, or Mandalore, either or.
Yeah, most guilds are unlocking that easily. But yeah, if they was gonna do it, I wouldn't do it too far up because most people can't. Like you said, we can't max it out.
Yeah, large percentage. But yeah, it's like I don't know. To me, like I don't hear many guilds being like, "Oh, I can't wait till we can get that last star." But if there was a character, I guarantee like every guild would be like, "Okay, whatever you guys got to do, let's get this character. Let's do it, right?"
That's
So,
true.
yeah.
That's true.
Because I
That's what we
remember,
did with Reba.
yeah,
Yeah.
'cause remember when Lightside Geo getting the cam shards? It was a bitch.
Oh, it was so painful.
It was
But
a,
also that
it was
that taught some of us how to like, sort of coordinate as far as like training our guild how to do it and stuff like that. Feel like it taught us some pretty fun communicational
mhm.
uh whatever community skills because that 50 shards of cam server kind of was born from that, and what a great community in this game. So
Yeah.
yeah, in a way, it was kind of like exciting for the game, really, that it was so difficult.
Well, that was the thing. That's what I was going back to is Lightside Geo was tough, but you had to remod and do different things for TB. It wasn't
Yeah,
just like audible like it is now. Um, you can stick a team on if your team's good enough. You can stick it on ROTE and just hit auto. Just make sure they're
yeah,
One of my
hitting the right people.
yeah,
one of my old guild leaders and I were having a conversation about how at the height, like at our best experience with this game was when Reva first came out and we were all trying to unlock her. So we would all be in a voice chat. Somebody would be
hmm
streaming their battle and be like, no, do this, do
hmm
that, right? This is how you want to handle this. If this happens, do this, right? And
yeah,
so, and it really built this camaraderie with each other. I mean, I don't talk to anybody except him anymore, but uh, at the time, it really built this camaraderie. Like we were all working towards something that felt special to us, and everybody bought into the idea of getting there and getting it done, and even Zepho, right? When it was first a thing, people were like, "Oh, how do I do this?" And so we were streaming that with each other as well. I think that would be really great to have again. Um, the one game mode that terrifies me the most at this point is the raid. We don't know any information about it yet, obviously. Probably have another month, maybe two, before we hear anything about it. Um, but realistically, how stupid is it going to be? Right? We're going to have ISB and the Rebel fighters most
Rebel.
likely.
Well, what isn't there a new Rebel tag or something on there? I can't remember what it's called, but
Brett.
Well, I think they would include more Rebel fighters. I think they would
yeah,
include
that's
Salt.
possible. I could see that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I would think that they would include more of those. They'll find some way to squeeze Galactic Republic in because they have such a hard on for Galactic Republic. They'll find a way to squeeze them in to
Because it's
any
the
rate.
best.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, but seriously, like the next raid is probably the part that scares me the most. TB might be a little stale, but we're gonna get a whole new raid and we don't know anything about it yet. And um, we made improvements going from Naboo to Order 66. Uh, but historically, I don't think that we do that twice in a row.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like back to this original that your comment about like doing TB with your guild and get on voice chat. I
Yeah.
So the raid I really love the most, like, and this is for like content creation, etc. Right? Was my favorite was the C pit because you had to communicate with your guild strategy wise. I like that. Like I like that. It's not solved in one day.
Yeah. The only thing I didn't like about that was I was in a guild with different time zones, so it was like
Yeah, that was a little limit.
now I'm forced to take a break at work so I can do gaming stuff, which is kind of not cool.
Yeah. I had huge problems with the sea pit. I participated and did everything I could to help out, but I mean, I saw absolute drag out fist fights verbally, right, between people who were like, "Who posted early? We see
Yeah.
your name. Get out!" And they would kick him before the end of
Mm.
the raid, and we still need him, right? Like, it was crazy. I do not miss
There
that
was
raid at
there
all,
was
man.
some tension. But then also too, once we did solve it, it was like so casual eventually.
Yeah.
Hero had a comment here. Says some would like it cause new TB characters, but I think it would be really tough for mid game or early game guilds to commit to R9 planet. Yeah, that might be a little tough. What I was saying, it'd have to
That's
be.
true, but we also do have like R9 is of the past now. I feel like it's about time they or it's about time that they will start making it you know, kind of the setting the bar there. Like there's gonna be, I feel like our whatever our next GL is gonna require a lot of R9s.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that, because we've already progressed past that, you know. I feel like it's no longer as scary as it was before.
All right, let's go over the Cobb Anth kit real quick. I posted the link in the thing.
Yeah, I'll read that if you want, Trev.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so yeah, they give a little rundown. They're basically just saying it's Constable is the new kit, and there's a couple other constables that go with it: Cara Dune and Cup, Coruscant Underworld Police, and Lobot. For now, that's the ones, but the kit is designed to help bring a combination of those Jawas or Tuscans or both together for some kind of theory crafting. Okay, and then we get into the kit. Basic, think it through. Deal physical damage to target, tenacity up. If they're dark side, then they get offense down. Constables get offense up 1 turn. If the target enemy was light side, they're inflicted with defense down. And constable allies gain defense pen up for 1 turn. If the target enemy was outlaw, dispel all buffs on them and inflict buff immunity for 1 turn, which can't be resisted. Dispel all debuffs on constable allies. So very strong basic there. Does that say a Zeta or anything? No, it doesn't really say, but I imagine that's a Zeta. Could be wrong though. And then we got the first special. It's called Justified. Cooldown of 4. Deal physical damage to all enemies. Grant a bonus turn to another random constable ally. Allies that have been damaged once since their last turn gain retribution for 2 turns. Otherwise, they gain alert for 2 turns. Enemies that damage constable allies since Cobb's last turn are ability blocked for 1 turn. Otherwise, they're vulnerable for 1 turn. Yeah, there's all these like design notes. I'm going to skip that part though. Just
We'll
kind of.
say none of these have a Zeta so far because the next one it actually tells you Zeta and Ami.
Oh yeah, true. It does. Yeah. So those are really strong. Well, at least that basic is a very strong basic for not being a Zeta. But yeah, I don't know. That one kind of seems a little weird and convoluted. Like you have to keep track of what the enemies did on their last turn. Like I don't know. Anyways, wait, did he attack a constable last turn? Should I use it? No, I don't know. Anyways, special 2, high noons. Cooldown of 12, Zeta and Omicron. Deal physical damage to target enemy increased by 50% per other active constable ally. This attack, if this attack is the first time this ability has been used against the enemy, they lose 50 speed and are distracted until the end of the encounter, which can't be dispelled or resisted and can't deal damage to another constable ally until damaging Cobb. If the allies are Constable, Jawa, or Tuscan, they gain buffs until the end of encounter that can't be dispelled or prevented for each unique enemy attacked by this ability. +1 defense up, +2 or 2+, like so that many in your squad. 1+ is defense up, 2+ is speed up, 3+ is execution. So obviously, if you have 3+, you get all 3 of those. This ability can't be evaded, and execution is described as whenever this character uses a special ability, instantly defeat the target enemy, then remove this buff from all allies. While in TB, this is the Omicron, dispel all debuffs on all allies, and they gain 10% max health stacking for the rest of the battle, which in TB is an important distinction right there instead of end of encounter, because that means it's continuing on to the next wave. Constable allies recover 25% health and protection and gain 25% turn meter. If the target enemy is outlaw, call all constable allies to assist. Constable allies take reduced damage from percent health damage effects until the end of the encounter. Reduce this ability's cooldown by 6. If the ability defeats an enemy, revive all allies. So that's pretty strong Omicron there. And that one has a whole bunch of junk attached to it there. And then unique, the Marshal, Zeta, and Omicron. Cobb has 10+ speed per active constable ally at the start of the battle. If there's a Jawa ally, Cobb gains Bounty Hunter's Resolve until the end of the encounter. If there's a Tuscan ally, Cobb is immune to damage over time. Whenever a constable ally is damaged by an enemy, that enemy is inflicted by burning for 1 turn, which can't be resisted, and can't recover health or protection while burning. Jawas and Tuscans gain 25% turn meter whenever another constable uses a special ability. Dark side enemies have negative 100% crit damage. Dark side enemies lose 50 speed for 1 turn whenever they are critically hit by a constable ally. Light side enemies have a minus 100% tenacity. Light side enemies dispel their buffs whenever they critically hit a constable ally. Constable allies can ignore taunt effects to target outlaw enemies and can't have their turn meter reduced by light side enemies or cooldowns increased by dark side enemies on their respective enemy turns. It's a long unique.
If you need me to take over, I can help.
Yeah, if you don't mind. Do you know where I'm at there? Just the
Yep.
last little bit there.
So this is still that same ability,
Same
the
unique.
Marshal.
Yeah.
All constable allies recover health and protection equal to the damage enemies have taken during Cobb's turn. Whenever an enemy starts their turn, reduce the cooldown of High Noons by 1. 2 if the enemy is outlaw. Distracted outlaw enemies can't assist. While in Territory Wars, I think this is really cool. He's got 3 different armies for 3 different game modes. While in Territory Wars, and there are no Galactic Legend allies, if there are at least 3 constable allies, Tuscans start the battle with Deputize. Tuscans no longer consume momentum from Deputize whenever they use an ability with more than 10 stacks. If there is a Tuscan ally, stunned enemies can't gain bonus turn meter. All distracted enemies can't assist. At the start of their turn, constable allies ignore taunt effects if they have at least 10 momentum. Whenever Tuscan allies use Deputize, revive Cobb and Tuscan allies with 100% health. Tuscan allies are immune to damage over time. Whenever Tuscan allies use a special ability, Cobb gains protection up 100% for 1 turn. For 1 turn, apologies. So that is a crazy use for Tuscans in Territory Wars. That's awesome. Okay. And then we have a lot of facts, frequently asked questions. I don't know if these are actually asked. I don't know.
I feel like they make that stuff because it's always like stuff that makes them look good.
Script. Yeah, I think that's scripted.
Yeah, because they're like,
Frequently asked questions in our meetings.
yeah.
Um,
They're
so
like,
all the way down to
frequently
the
asked
lead.
questions. Why is CG so amazing?
So this is the leader ability. They look to me to protect them. It's a Zeta and an Ami. At the start of battle, constable allies gain 25% defense, max health, and offense, and 25 speed, tripled if they are supports, which is crazy because I know Cup is a support, yeah? So he's going to gain 75 speed. That's
Yeah, I
awesome.
think Lobot maybe as well. That could be
Oh, that's
wrong.
right, yeah.
Could be.
I think you're right. Anyways, at the start of the encounter, enemy Hut Cartel, pirates, scoundrels, and smugglers gain the outlaw tag. Whenever outlaw enemies gain bonus turn meter, they can't gain it again for 1 turn. Constable support allies at the start of battle reset the cooldowns of their special abilities whenever they use a basic ability on their turn. Whenever they use a special ability, all allies gain 10% turn meter, and constable allies gain 5% max health stacking until the end of the encounter. Whenever they debuff an enemy at the end of the turn, they also expose the enemy, which can't be resisted until the end of encounter. Whenever they deal damage, deal an additional instance of true damage. Chance effects are increased to 100% at their max rank. Can't be defeated while Cobb is active and gain stealth for 2 turns whenever they reach 1% health. Cobb, Jawas, and Tusken start the encounter with bonus protection 75% stacking for the rest of the encounter per constable ally. Whenever an ally, Jawa or Tusken, applies at least 5 debuffs to allies, 1 if it is a taunt, or inflicts at least 5 debuffs on enemies, 1 debuff that is if that enemy is outlaw, that ally gains the granted ability Deputize. While in Grand Arenas, if there are at least 3 constable allies, oh, okay, so this is only a 5v5 one. While if there are at least 3 constable allies, Jawa start the battle with Deputize. Whenever a thermal detonator deals damage to an enemy, constable allies also recover 10% protection. Whenever an enemy gains bonus turn meter, they can't gain it again for 1 turn. Whenever Cobb uses a special ability, Jawa tanks taunt and gain 100% defense for 2 turns. Stealth enemies have minus 100% accuracy. If there is a Jawa ally at the start of battle, allies are immune to thermal detonators. That's bananas.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, there's so much crazy stuff going on in this kit.
They have a ton of design notes. Again, more frequently asked questions. And okay, so here's that Deputize for Jawas, the granted ability. Description: recover 100% health and protection. Gain 25% defense, max health and offense, 25 speed, and the constable tag for the rest of battle. Inflict a thermal detonator on all enemies for 2 turns. At the start of a constable ally's turn, if there is an active Jawa ally, inflict a thermal detonator on all enemies for 2 turns. Whenever a thermal detonator deals damage to an enemy, constable allies recover 10% health and gain 100% offense for 1 turn. Enemies with a thermal detonator deal 25% less damage. Limit is 1 use per battle. So that's for the Jawas. The version that is granted to the Tuskens when they deputize. Recover 100% health and protection, gain 25% defense, max health, and offense, 25 speed, and the constable tag for the rest of the battle. The strongest enemy without ambushed is ambushed until the end of the encounter, which can't be dispelled, evaded, or resisted. All constable allies gain 10 momentum for 3 turns. Whenever a constable ally is targeted by an enemy and they have at least 10 stacks of momentum, consume all stacks of momentum and stun all attacking enemies for 1 turn, which can't be resisted. Whenever a constable allies use an ability while they have at least 10 stacks of momentum, deal bonus true damage equal to 25% of the target enemy's max health. Then consume all stacks of momentum. Constable allies gain 5 momentum for 3 turns at the end of the turn if there is an active Tusken ally. Limit, again, is 1 use per battle. That's crazy. And then more flavor text and frequently asked questions.
All right, let's take a breather.
I'm kind of curious how that Tuscan part combines because it talks about in the unique how Tuscans no longer consume momentum from deputize when they use an ability with more than 10 stacks. So I guess that means, it's acting as if it's consuming the 10 and then they keep it. That's how I read it, anyways.
All right. Yeah, that's a lot of. I think he's the first character with 3 homies, 3 different game modes, Tuskens and Jawas. Be very interesting. I did
Yeah,
look.
and then somebody in your Discord that I was talking to, I can't picture who exactly it was, but they were theorizing that potentially like Cara Dune would have her own version of deputize where she would deputize whatever, say Mandalorians and something, and then like Cup would have his own version of deputize where he deputize some other faction. I was like, that'd be kind of interesting, but I guess we'll have to see if that something like that happens.
I'll read a couple things from chat here. They said Greyport said they want Lobot on the new Constable team, but Lobot's kit has no synergy. Need a re. Hero says if nothing changed, I do think you'll see Cobb Vath with Ray. Hero says these uniques and passive stuff on Cobb Vanth is not tied to tags really, so he can end up on. Ooh.
Yeah, it does seem like there's a huge window of opportunity for different, um, uh, which is weird to say because it's Capital Games and they've kind of been against the idea of theory crafting for a hot minute now. But it does seem like they are giving us a lot of room here. They also
Yeah.
have a lot of if this, then this. So there's a lot of contingencies that you also have to, like you said, you got to monitor what the enemy does on their turn. Who did they attack? Did they hit a Jawa or did they hit a constable? So like, yeah, there's a lot of little things like that, but this kit is wide open.
Yeah, it definitely is a theory crafter's dream kit right here. I bet like people like Fatal are just sitting there with their spreadsheets figuring out how all the things line up, you know?
Okay. I mean, so this month's will be a lot of Mandalorian stuff. The May of game excuse me, in May the movie comes out. So I'm expecting the new era to be Mandalorian. Expecting um Coliseum and stuff. That's just me thinking ahead. They haven't released anything like that, but they did say they were going to release more Mandalorian. So I'm really thinking.
Did they make good money with BAM? Like when they had when they released BAM, obviously they had Conquest as well at the time.
Sorry, what
So
was
they
the
had.
question? What about BAM?
So do you think that they made really good money when they brought in BAM? Because they gave us. I mean, I know that my girlfriend started playing when they brought Mandalorian in. So that was one of the first legendary journeys that she did.
I don't know if they
For
made a lot of money with it though, because they made it very like generous to free to play. Like it was very easy to acquire. Like all the nodes are within the first whatever sectors or whatever they're called. So I feel like maybe like yes, they probably did make some money, but I wouldn't say it was like it probably wasn't as big as say like Parking Hondo or something like that,
yeah,
or
yeah,
even
yeah.
these eras.
But even at least the engagement, there were people who
Yeah,
were
definitely increased engagement and quality of life for free to play.
Well, remember Razor Crest is tied to BAM,
Hmm
so that was the first Conquest, I believe. Yeah, it was the first Conquest.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Back when
That thing
Conquest was
cat.
awesome.
Well, yeah.
So
I think that was the end of it being awesome, personally. But yeah.
I feel like Cats was pretty good too. But yeah.
Yeah, but I
It
just
did
mean
take
like adding in the rewards and making it so like if you want to have these characters, you must now commit to the conquest. You know,
Yeah.
it kind
Yeah.
of started at that time.
yeah, I figured Marshall would on the TV show. If you ain't watching, too bad by now.
Yeah, it's old now.
Yeah, I figured they would have brought Marshall in a lot sooner than they did. Just because I figured I really wanted the Marshall with the gear, Boba's gear. That would have been
cool.
That would have been cooler.
Maybe that'll be a legendary version in the future or something.
Yeah, like that would have been sick. Boba's gear, or why isn't Boba tied into Marshall's kit? Like,
Yeah, true.
like background here. Boba Fett, Sign, and Jingo.
Yeah.
Why isn't he not?
Yeah.
Why isn't he tied into? They all saw each other.
Yeah, and even the Mandalorian, right? Like if one of them could
Yeah.
also be deputized, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. So why is it?
Actually, I don't know. Now that I think about it, because Boba Fett has that thing that he can become a Tusken, right?
Yep, that's correct.
3v3.
Yeah, but he don't have a.
What is it?
That's
Omicron.
Yep.
Huh.
But he doesn't have a. If
So
he,
maybe that is a kind of a thing. Maybe.
yeah, like if he
You
would
could
have
Chieftain with
Tusken tag.
Cobb and Boba.
Yeah, or him and a Jawa or something. I don't know.
But I figure, like, why didn't they tie him into Cobb's kit? Like, that's just not good enough.
That's a good point.
Well, they didn't get along, right? It wasn't that Boba and Cobb got along well or anything. Mando got the armor from Cobb, so I think it makes sense that Boba and Cobb didn't really have an interaction.
Or at least
maybe something with Mando. Yeah, the Mandalorian. I think should be.
Yeah, because Mando, like, you know, him and Cobb kind of taught the Tuskens, or teamed up with the Tuskens anyways to fight the dragon.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing there for either of them.
Yeah. I mean, Cobb's a cool character. I'm not super excited about, I don't really have any of the other concepts. Well, no, that's not true. I have Cara Dune, but, it's Cara Dune, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
she's
the
useful.
same reason that I'm a huge fan of, let me tell you something, Timothy Oliphant. Good looking man. I'm not gonna lie, right?
Yeah.
Cara Dune, Gina Carano, same, bro. But yeah, I'm not thrilled about like adding him to my roster, so I'm not like, oh, I need the red crate. But I know that this is going to frustrate me by the time I have to see it in Grand Arena.
I like hearing this kind of narrative. I feel like this is the kind of narrative I expect to hear every Conquest character personally, but for some reason people still get hyped for No, I do get it, especially for people at the like top ends of the game. Like people, if you're in K1 right now and you don't have Satil, you're gonna struggle. But
All right.
Yeah, it's not exciting for me, regardless of who it is. It's like, I'll get them one day, whenever.
All right, so I added this next part. I don't know if anybody caught this. So they have a thing called the tool testing part 2. So the team will be testing a new tool today. You may see your inbox messages. Seem kind of strange. They give you 1 credit to attached. I didn't go over what they're doing there. but I threw that in here. So I didn't know like what kind of testing they're.
Yeah, it sounds like they might be doing some testing on sort of a way of paying us out currency or something like that.
Sure.
I mean, they've given us
Maybe.
enough make goods and we've had giveaways, so I'm not sure why they would be testing a new tool that sends out make goods and giveaways, but
I'm saying like a new way so that like the current way that we receive stuff is through those little pop-up windows. Maybe they're trying to like get around that. Like even if you like sim a node, the pop-up window comes up and that's when you get your rewards. Maybe they're trying to test out a way to kind of streamline that a little bit, maybe.
Okay.
That's my guess anyways.
yeah, it's better than my guess. I don't even have one.
All right. So today, Asaz Ventress. Well, not today.
uh
Yeah,
Another-
she
today
farmed.
what's it called? Barris. Inquisitor Barris became
Yes.
farmable.
So Savage Ventress is now on Dark Side Battles for 9B hard.
Yep.
In CX and Apo are both accelerated by the CX was today. Apo was a couple weeks ago.
When Ventress Day a couple weeks ago.
Barris today is farmable on Dark Side 4C. We haven't got a Katina one yet. So pay attention to Vader.
Yeah,
We did.
yeah, we did. IG90
Oh, did we?
is Cantina, yeah.
I was hoping it would be
Yeah,
Vader.
you forgot
we
because it's
are-
already done.
But we are missing a ship one. We haven't had a ship one yet.
Yeah. Hoping.
But
Where's normal ships?
yeah, last ship one was Zuckus, so
Oh
Yeah.
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 I just finished that one too. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. I was a little bit behind on them.
Vader's gonna be ships or he's gonna be Katina. It'd be strange for them to do another Katina one.
Yeah, it'd be really weird if they went like another hard node. I feel like they're stacking up pretty high right now for me because I'm not accelerating. I'm not like putting any crystals into refreshes on any of them right now. So
Reports.
Yeah.
Reports said previous make good emails did not get to everyone. There were always chat boards of everyone not to receive the email and gamer prompt. Okay. Welcome in, Fanir. How you doing? Okay.
some people weren't getting them.
Yeah, some people aren't getting. All right. So I didn't know if you guys noticed this. I'll pull it up in the background. Signal data, fragment signal data, and incomplete signal data are now in the guild event store. I'll pull it up in the background here so you guys. Looks like they took it away from guild activity store. Not there anymore, like it was a couple days ago. They moved it to guild event store instead. Why I took it was me and my guild was talking. This is the store it was probably meant to be at, and they just moved it to.
Yeah, well, they also, I remember they had a announcement kind of when they first added in there that they said it's a known issue that it's the wrong price. And I'm like, okay, is it going higher? Is it going lower? But apparently it's in the wrong shop altogether.
So this
Yeah, I
one
don't know.
was 2,000. This one was 2,000 of the get 3 for the green complete signal data. I bought it. I have a lot of. And then I forget the price on. But yeah.
Sorry, on which one? The gray one? They're 1,600 for 20.
Okay. Then the green
Yeah.
one was.
And that's with the get 2, not the get 3.
The get 2 was the blue fragment signal, and the 3 was about 2,000. Not too.
Yeah, 2,000 and 1,600 for the other one. Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't farm a lot of get 3 stuff. It stacks up until I get close to 20K, and then I start spending on. But where it's moved to now.
Yeah, for me, I almost exclusively was using it on Omicron, like whenever that comes in the weekly shipments. But even that's tough because you
Okay.
gain more, or I gain more than more than enough. Like I'll cap out if that's the only thing I buy. So
Oh, you're capped out on micro attenuators. You need to re-roll some of them mods, bro.
me? Or
No, Trevor, I can see he's capped 300 of the micro attenuators. They don't give you any
oh,
more than that.
Oh, I know. I don't buy anymore. Well, I've been farming my mods, so we'll see what rolls or one doesn't.
Oh, gotcha.
there is a very cool resource out there that you can punch in your ally code, and it'll tell you the best possible uh, what's it called? the not slicing, what's the thing called? Calibration. Best calibration you could possibly buy on your roster. Like it analyzes the stats and the leftover quality of the mod, or potential quality. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool tool.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah, the first time I tried it out, it was like some random mod that I had on Phasma that only had like 3 speed rolls. But yeah, sure enough, I hit it. Boom, 6. I'm like, okay, that's going on somebody good.
There we go.
Yeah.
Need that.
The next thing we're going to go over is mall. So if you go to your journey, that's what I hope. All right, journey guide. We'll go to mall. So they released it, not super released, but it's like in a journey guide thing. You can see they're all relic 6 to even get the lowest tier.
Hmm.
They said they was going to be steeper.
Yeah, well, it's definitely steeper than like because in the during the event you only needed them whatever it was 4-star level 45 or 40 or whatever.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah. But I don't know. I kind of like that they're front loading the requirements because I feel like a lot of newer players are like talking to me. They're like, "Oh yeah, I'm on tier 2 of this event," and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, go in, do this, do that," and they'll be like, "Oh, should I have them like 5-star by this point?" I'm like, "Dude, if you don't have them 7-star, don't even look at the event. Like that's not you're not ready." I'm sorry, you know.
Yeah.
So it kind of like gives them this false sense of hope that like, oh, I can play the event, but really, unless you have 7-star, like, and whatever, depending on what event it is, you might want a certain amount of gear or relics, but either way, it kind of gives them the wrong idea. I think that they can, you know, undersize these events.
Yeah. Which isn't new. We kind of had that with gas. The gas event was
Hmm.
if you were trying to do it bare bones, which I was, it was awful, awful. Because they had like that. What was it? 17,700 was the minimum. Like it was just how much GP that character was worth.
Yeah, yeah.
And so once I hit that, I was like, dope. Let's go ahead and get him. And then like after like 100 tries, I was like, okay, I need to do something else here. Let's.
I hate to say it though, even with like proper mods and high relics, it was still the same way. Took me forever. And then it was funny, I remember like for my main account, like my first account that got it, took me like, yeah, I was like up all night doing attempt after attempt. That's after doing like a long stream of like doing it. And then whatever, the next morning I tried it and I got it. And then that next day I was watching a guy with like impossibly low gear. I'm like, how did you even get in there with it that low? And he got through it kind of the same way. Like just try again.
Just RNG, yeah.
So I always say with that one, it's a dice roll, so it doesn't matter how big the dice is.
So this is a
Yeah.
question from Discord. We went over a couple of these already. But how good do you think the 2 new era teams will be in Grand Arena? Just,
Ooh.
I just checked Andor. Andor has like a GAC Omicron.
Mhm.
He has one for 3v3. Leia has one for 3v3. She has Kaz has one. Out.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be the meta non-GL team, the Cassian team that is, and then I think ISB will be the second strongest team in the game.
Deidre has one for 3v3. It's real quick.
Fair. But yeah, the reason I think that is because the previous era, the anniversary ones, they were strong characters, but none of them were really like specifically synergized. They're more like meant to go into, go their separate way and sort of plug into their respective squads. Whereas this is like essentially all new release plus reworks, like all synergize, all very, you know, designed to work together with strong synergy. So yeah, I think we're gonna see a pretty major impact from them.
Deidre has a Grand Arena, and Deidre has a one Grand Arena and the Droids territory.
I think I agree that they will be near the top of the meta, at least the Cassian team. If history repeats itself here, right? Maul really elevated the Stranger to be one of the better teams with a Datacron, though. So, yeah, when they first get released, we're probably going to get a Datacron that's going to shoot them to the stratosphere, and they're going to pimp slap all sorts of teams out of existence. Um, I think that Andor team will be there to stay. I think it'll be one of those teams that's near the top of the and the ISB team. I think it'll be great because we have a couple of characters in game that have the ISB tag that weren't even being used, and now they will have a use for sure moving forward.
Also, too, I'm not sure specifically how this is going to play out, but reading their kits, like we see how it works in Coliseum, but what I'm wondering, there's some stuff in the ISB kits that makes me feel like it will be not baneable, which means it could be a defense team. So
Ooh.
I didn't see that.
yeah, I'd have to look again to see what it was that I was thinking because this was months ago, but I
Yeah.
remember seeing a certain thing. I'm like, ooh, that could affect Bane. And yeah,
Oh,
kind of same with Cobb Vanth there, really. He said, or in that kid, just now when
yeah.
we were going through that, I kept thinking, ooh, that'll affect Bane. As I'm sure CG is thinking as they're writing these too.
I mean, eventually think about it. Eventually, we're gonna have to come up with teams that are anti-Bane.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of something CG has on their mind as well.
No,
These
we've
two
already got one. It's Maz. Stop. Leave my boy alone.
No, it's got to be every team. It's like, remember, there once was a time where Geonosians had like two teams that countered them in the whole entire game.
So, remember back in the day how
It's great.
annoying that Night Sister team was?
That too,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
So as
Oh my
they,
gosh.
expand, it only makes sense to yeah, make those sort of OP teams less OP.
Yep. It's just natural power creep. We had it with
Yeah.
Malik too. Malik came
Hmm.
in and started soloing. Shock T and Clones were one of the best teams in the game, and then Malik just went in and beat them.
Yeah, same with Padme. She
Showed
was
up.
up there at the time.
Yeah, yeah. And he was able to solo. He can't do that anymore. But
Well, depending on who you're up against.
that's true.
you,
Most
you've seen it
people.
on yeah, you've seen it on my stream. I get these weird opponents that set like older teams for whatever reason.
Yeah, yeah. But if you set Mace, it'll cancel that out. If you set
Oh, okay. Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
C3PO will cancel out Malik solo. Obviously, Cat. If you're not
Yeah.
using her with AMK. I missed the Malik solo. I did. It was a lot of fun.
I still find places to use it for 3v3 at least. because yeah, he can handle a bunch of kind of random stuff out there.
That's true.
Somebody puts like Ewoks down or something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't think I see much of that stuff
Yeah.
anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right.
We'll give it some time. I'm gonna sync, I'm sure.
All right. Next, we're gonna go over. You guys picked Rebel Fighters for the mod
Mhm.
part of the stream.
Don't pull mine. Mine's the worst. Mine are like functional but barely. Or you can pull them if you want. I'm just saying it's not the best example, is all.
All right. Pulled Igma's up. He has the image. He
Big
has
ones.
Paul, Luthen, Kyle, Days, and Crit.
Chirrut. Yeah.
Main three is going to be Saul, Luthen, and Kyle. That's what most people will have.
Hmm.
That's the thing. Funny thing. I know we're going off this Rebel team, but Thor comes out. Saul be gone from this team. Luthen.
Yeah, it's hard to say how things are gonna work out, but I feel like it's possible like Saw's gonna take something into that team with him, and that, or yeah, he would be a fifth, wouldn't he? Because there's 4 Marquis or 3 plus Cassian. So yeah, maybe just Saw, and then Mon Mothma will be sort of the you know inheritor of the rest of the rebel fighters there potentially.
Or Mon Mothma with Andor. I was thinking about that too. Revives.
Mm. Unless it's possible they put in stuff to make it not work well together.
Well, Luthen's kit specifically calls out Mon Mothma and Saw, right?
Oh, does it? Yeah. Yeah, but even still, you could still have Luthen and Cassian under Mon Mothma potentially.
Oh, that's true.
Maybe.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
All
Or
right.
yeah, even Saw. Maybe it'll be those 4 under Mon Mothma. It's hard to say, really.
There's gonna be a lot of mixed
Yeah.
matching.
Yeah. Even before Saw and Luthen came, there was like so much variance in Mon Mothma squads that you would see.
Yeah.
Especially because people think like, oh, I got JML, so I have Biggs and Wedge. I'll just throw them in there, and it's not the greatest choice, but Biggs does well in there, I find, because he gets that full turn meter whenever you touch him or whatever. So
All right, I'm just gonna go over the mods he had. I don't know why he has some. All health set on Saul. It's a little different than what I have. You guys can help. Guess he
yeah,
just.
probably just trying to make him have extra survivability.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm not
296
maybe
speed.
maybe defense reasons.
Yeah, 296 speed. Yeah. Now losing I can go off of because I how I have mine modded. Bunch of protection. Looks like yeah, protection everywhere. Speed set with the health set. Speed is at 361. That's basically really good actually for Luthen. Um Kyle has 3 kind of sets: CC set, health set, and a potency. He's a 265. He's damage. Depends on the triangle.
Yeah, I think that tenacity on the cross is sort of lends to what I was saying. Like he probably uses it for defense, and that would help because then they would have a harder time controlling Kyle.
Different than what I have days here. Pretty simple. All protection with the health set. Yeah, all protection with the health set. Tank, so he's tanky. 122 protection. Looks good. Expensive set with the health set. Use him that much, so I can but protection everything. I think my Saw's all speed as well. Oh, I think that's my go-to usually is I like Paul, Luthen, Kyle, then 3v3, 5v5. Depends on the lineup. I like Kara in there, but I don't know how Kara's going to do now since moving away. A lot of people have Scout. I don't have my Scout built yet. Go gear 12.
And there's always what's it called? Some value in potentially bringing Pow because he gets turn meter with the basics, and they're assisting a lot. So he turn meter machine.
Yeah, I usually like to run Paul, Luthen, Kyle, C-Rex, and Kara, or C-Rex, Kyle. That's my go-to.
Nice.
Just because C-Rex doesn't have a cron that season. Does pretty good. It slows them down, whatever counter you're trying to use. Wampa struggles against T-Rex usually.
Because of the days.
Yeah, the days, and you get stuff. So, but yeah, that's my go-to. What about Stan? What's your usually go-to? I know you said you don't.
Yeah, I don't have Luthen, so I just put in what I use for the special mission. So Saw has a special mission in territory battle. So that's what I have up here. I have Saw with Cara Dune, Baze Malbus, Captain Rex, and Jyn Erso. And the whole point of it is control and whittling them down and surviving. Yep. Keeping them dazed so that they're not assisting, because sometimes those assists will be enough to clear you out. If somebody does get got, you can bring them back with Jyn. Most of the time, I'm passing the turn over to Baze. Baze's AoE does crazy damage, and I don't know why. Right? I didn't read his kit.
I remember once upon a time he was like super OP. Like when he came to the game, he was like the first persistent taunt where they're gaining taunt reactively, and like people just had no answer to it. You could go in squad arena with like random unsynergized characters, and as long as you had Baze, you'd be doing pretty good. It's crazy.
Yeah. So I just have high defense on Baze, high defense, high health, high protection. He's just there for survivability. And like I said, I pass a lot of turns to him using Jyn. because his AOE hits, it slaps. If I get 4 or 5 people in the yellow and use his AOE, we're done with that wave. Yeah.
Nice.
Captain Rex is there to apply daze, tenacity down, stuns. Cara Dune, the enemy squad is all Empire, so she stuns the whole thing, and we just wear them down.
Nice.
Pumps up.
Yeah. Pretty bad guys. Oh yeah, they're all just super fast and super high offense. No, just no. The goal was to get them to get certain things going, such as Mon Mothma fast, Pow high offense, Cara Dune high health and protection pool, and yeah, I kind of half-assed it and moved on essentially. But I do use this team very, very frequently, no matter how broken and terrible it looks. It does work for stuff. So yeah, and I do have Luthen. I just haven't built him, and I have Saw Gear 12, or I might even have him relics. I'm not sure, but no mods on him or nothing. So one day I'll have that stuff alive and kicking, which right now, I was saying at the start of the stream, this is kind of a time for me to go back and kind of fill in some things like this. So that is kind of on the list of something that wouldn't take me a lot of extra effort or materials to get working properly. So yeah, but yeah, right now they're yeah, like I said, pretty poorly modded. But the idea there is Cara Dune's taunting most of the time, Biggs taunts sometimes, and anytime somebody uses an AoE, Biggs is taking a turn. kind of the idea there. So
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what we have left is the madness part. We're just gonna go over bugs and fixes in the game. So they fixed the issue where Forlorn was looking for Bosk instead of Zuckuss. Is that a joke, or was he really thinking about that?
Well, he has callouts to Zuckuss in his kit, so I imagine it was working with Bosk instead of Zuckuss.
Okay.
I haven't seen that happen personally, but I imagine that's what they're talking about.
Okay. I really don't see them together, Bosk and Zuckuss and so that's rare for me. Okay. They fixed the bug where acolytes would not gain bonus turns in 3v3.
Like Night
Okay.
Sister Acolyte, is that what that is? Maybe?
Oh,
Or is that an actual tag?
that stranger
Yeah,
related,
that's
Stan?
gonna be the stranger. Yeah, that's gonna be the stranger.
Okay.
Okay.
Now I didn't notice them not getting bonus turns, but okay. I feel like the team is already wicked strong. So thanks.
It's a little too late. Season's already over. I mean, fix
Well, there will
that.
be more 3v3. There will be more, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't
Looking
need
forward to
those bonus
77.
turns. They don't need those bonus turns. It's okay.
They really don't.
Yeah.
They really don't. They manhandle plenty of teams.
They fixed the issue where Forlorn was using protection to calculate his bonus protection and not health. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Hmm. Yeah, that would suck. Like mod it for all this health, and then it's like, why is it getting
yeah.
so little protection?
Oh man.
Okay.
I remember too, like a lot of people didn't a long time ago, a lot of people didn't realize that bonus protection and protection up is based on your max health. So they were building characters with a lot of protection and low health pool, and then they're getting low amounts of bonus protection or protection up and not realizing why. So, it's fun.
Yep.
All right. And next one is Forlorn. Fixed an issue where Forlorn was usable outside of TV. Omicron was usable outside of TV. I don't have
Ooh.
it, so I can't really.
Left that one too. Come on.
Like fix the issue where Hugh Yang was only hitting once with special. He was hitting hard enough. Especially with that Datacron. Fix a description issue where Forloom says that he should gain 30% max health and protection if Ductus ally. And you apply to all bounty hunters. Ooh, difference.
Well, I think it was applying to all bounty hunters, and so they just changed.
And they're making it
Maybe
just him.
they had a choice to make. They were like, well, we can either change the wording or try to recode the ability, and they must have just chose to change the wording.
Might be fast.
They chose wrong. No, I'm just joking. No, because like I didn't hear anything about like Forlone being like
Game changing.
breaking the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
The updated description of the unique ability of independent thinking.
Independent thinking.
GOTB to say this they call.
Can't be prevented. Okay, so I think it's saying that the something in GOTB independent thinking, which is I imagine a granted ability, and yeah, something was wrong with the wording. It's weird though.
Is that light side or dark side? GOTB.
Just says Geo. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I'm trying to think.
I feel like it's been so long, I wouldn't even know.
Like even like thinking back, I don't remember there being like a granted ability called independent thinking. It just isn't ringing a bell.
Fix an issue where corrupted translation doesn't get inflicted on summon.
Oh, okay. So they had a lot of issues before long.
Doesn't get inflicted. Oh, okay. So yeah, he's trying to put out corrupted translation and it's not working on summoned enemies. Oh man.
So
that's a lot of bugs.
Yeah, the handmaiden bugs, geos.
Yeah.
And the summons.
And it's kind of funny too, because I think we had another update where they fixed some bugs on Forlome the first week he came out too.
They added a portrait and title with descriptions for major.
Oh, major party gas.
I don't think that's a bug, but anyway.
Yeah.
Fixing an issue where summons can get the
informant status
effect in ROTE.
And Caffrine, the Ring of Caffrine. Yeah.
Mostly
I never
Forloom.
really noticed that, but
mostly Forloom. Ranger bugs.
Yeah, and then some couple random TB interactions.
Nothing too.
Yeah.
What's up, Trevor? What's up, Guitar? How you doing?
Except for we did already talk about those other fixes they did with the era stuff, so that was kind of technically part of the madness, but also relevant to say it earlier.
Yep.
I think with May 4th coming around, we should get a road ahead.
I think so.
Or a big post. I call it the road ahead, but if it doesn't say road ahead, just a big post with May 4th.
Yeah, I think. I'm surprised we didn't get it already.
Yeah, it does feel like it's been forever. I know we tried to look it up and it was hard to find because the last one they didn't call it a road ahead. They had like just called it an announcement or something. But
so I think a big post. So about the raid stuff coming.
That should at least the initial whatever information.
Yeah. But I think that should be coming.
Do you guys want to hear my prediction?
For what?
Always.
For the raid.
All right. We know it's Andor, so
yeah, so Gorman Massacre raid. requires all ISB, and trying to think if there's so rebel fighters, and then there's going to be like call outs to rebels that are not highly used in today's thing, in my opinion. So we're going to be like Akbar, Scarif Rebel Pathfinder, Wedge. I don't know. Like I feel like they're going to throw in a bunch of rebels to try to
Get
get
them up.
people to focus on stuff that is not very highly built. And probably same with some Imperial stuff, like some older Imperial stuff, maybe like Magna Guard or some junk like that. I feel like we'll be called out in that. And yeah, that's pretty much my prediction.
They do rebels. There's like I have it on the screen. We got like 7 rows rebels. They can just
We do have a lot of rebels.
they can just like, oh, guys ain't using Akbar, you are now.
Yeah.
I could see them including some Rogue One units.
Yeah.
That had interactions with Cassian as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Admiral Admiral Radis and stuff.
Yeah.
And that other Cassian guy that's in the game.
The first Cassian. Yeah.
The indecent exposure Cassian. Actually, I guess they both are. I noticed that Cassian's kit is kind of loosely based on Cassian, like the old Cassian. Like it kind of does that CLS thing where you're kind of like using the same ideas and pushing it to the next level for each whatever tier. So
I do like the references to him stealing the ship. Spoiler alert, by the way. I mean, it's Star Wars. You should be using. Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
Darth
spies
Vader
never
panics
steal
out.
ships, you know.
Yeah, it was a major point, and it's cool to see that in his kit too.
Mm-hmm. I like the art too. I think his outfit looks awesome. His Imperial spy outfit, TIE fighter pilot outfit, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's a spy.
Wait, he's a spy. I didn't know Thisk was still streaming.
What's that?
Thisk.
Oh, Thisk, yeah. He I've seen him a little while back, and he was saying he was kind of had some time away from it, but he was kind of coming back to it a bit.
Okay.
So yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we'll wrap it up. We went a little bit over, but other than that, bad. You guys got anything to add? Let me set up the raids here.
I feel like something came to my mind earlier and now it's gone. Etch-a-Sketch. Oh, I got a Relic 10 Lord Vader yesterday or the day before.
Damn, son. Swamp acts like this is what here. I want to say something. Swamp acts like he ain't doing nothing big. Behind the curtain, he got Ray Relic 10, Lord Vader Relic 10. I'm like, damn.
SLKR, yeah.
He's over here.
That's awesome.
3 R10s already.
I keep hearing a lot of, because I get a lot of like newer players in my stream, especially lately. I've been getting a bunch, and they're all like, "Oh, it's not recommended to go high with the GLs." I'm like, sure, if you want them to be like, struggling, if you want to get a GL and struggle with them, sure.
Yeah.
By all means.
I think the best.
They're some of the best investments.
Yeah. It's such a big difference, SLKR R10 to R9. Like, I extremely notice the difference big time.
Same.
Like, yeah.
I bet the best one for me was Ray. Like, I see a big
Yeah.
difference.
Mhm. I don't know. For me, I do like that one, and I think there's a ton of value in it, especially because of that sudden whirlwind thing. But for me, she's always done great things on defense, and I still have her on defense, and she's still great. So maybe it is impact, but it's harder to notice that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know when I do use her, like say in TB, oh yeah, that sudden whirlwind is wiping waves in TB. Love it. But yeah, it's
R10
funny.
Malgus is fantastic, by the way.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, I enjoy that.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that,
Because it increases
especially.
his health. His health is insane.
Yeah, I
In
was
R10.
gonna say tanks get such a big stat boost compared to others.
And it increases his damage on that big slam. So
Yeah. Yeah,
it's pretty fantastic.
both of my accounts I have Malgus at 7, so I think even bringing it to 9 would probably be pretty big for me, like impact.
My next Relic 10 will be Darth Treya.
Oh yeah, you were saying that. I feel like I have a harder time getting behind that one, but I can see it being like extremely difficult to deal with if it was on defense.
Well, even if not, I said it last time. My Relic 10s that are chosen not for the efficiency, right? Not how effective they are in any game mode, but because those are the characters that I think represent me well. So I have 2 more Sith that are not Relic 9. One is the Darth Vader Duel's End. He's at Relic 4 because he's 5
Understar.
star.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't have him ready to go up any higher. And then Darth Maul is Relic 8, so he'll be my next Relic 9. So that should be probably next week.
Wait, like Hayfield, or are you talking Darth Maul? Darth Maul.
Darth Maul. Darth Maul. Yeah. I'm talking specifically just the Sith.
Yeah, gotcha.
So I got 2 more Sith that are not at least Relic 9.
Yeah.
One of them I can't do yet. So.
All right, guys. We're gonna wrap it up. Let's go. I'll raid Thisk. There is nobody on YouTube right now. We'll raid Thisk.
There.
Then we'll see you guys.
Before we go, everybody smash that like button. Make sure you hit that follow, subscribe, all the things, share. You know what to do.
Thank you.
Enigma, when you watch this back, comment what your next R10 is going to be.
He always comments afterward.
He said he doesn't have any R10s. He's saving them all. Or
he's saving them all
for
for
the
the
raid
raid?
last time. Yeah. So.
Guitar says I need to do Queen Amidala. Okay. Thanks for everybody watching. We'll be back in a month. We do this once a month. We all get together. I think it fits our schedule pretty well. It's not too crowded schedule wise to do it once a month, and there's just not a lot of game news twice a month yet.
Yeah. I was talking to one of our other podcast people in the SWGOverse, and he does a weekly SWGO podcast, and he said it's getting pretty tough with how little news there is. And when I was telling him we do it monthly, he's like, "That's probably perfect."
Yeah. Monthly would be. That's the thing. I feel like it's a good choice for us right now. Everybody's schedules. But we'll be back next month. Once we do usually do it the Conquest week. So and then make sure you check out Swamp on Twitch. And then he makes videos on YouTube as well. Check out Stan on YouTube. He does his GAC videos as well. Check them both out. And then we'll see you guys in 1 month on this. And then we all be doing our own thing next week's GAC. Other than that, appreciate everybody coming out, and we will hopefully get some better news next. This should be around May. Check the date real quick. Yeah, it'll be right after May 4th. Okay, so yeah, there'll be a lot of news coming in. So, all right, guys, you guys have a great one, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.